Hey everybody, welcome back to another Triple Hound video, and we have gotten a ton of requests for customized Fortnite skins from the Batman DC universe. And we have done Robin, we have done Damian Wayne, we have done Timothy Drake and Stephanie Brown. And in today's video, we are going to take a hack at Red Hood, or Jason Todd. We've had a couple of different requests for Jason Todd, Red Hood, and here he is. You know, I admit it's not great, but let me show you how we made him, and let me show you how we can utilize a little bit of a glitch in the game to, I think, make him look a little bit more like Red Hood, at least while you're in the locker. So let's do that. So it doesn't really matter which male skin you use. Right now I have Hypersonic equipped, but you could use Hunter, you could use Blastoff, you really could use anybody. So what could make the skin look a little bit more like Red Hood is a visual glitch in the game that allows you to put the cable hood up over the head of other characters. So let's show you that glitch for the time being. And again, this doesn't affect the gameplay. He's going to have the hood off the second you take him out of the locker here and get into a game. But just for the sake of trying to get the look right while we're here in the locker, let's take advantage of that glitch and stick a hood over his head, like he has in some versions in the comics and such. So first we need to equip Cable. Then we need to make sure that the style is what we want. Hood up, save. Now we go back here. And now that hood follows us to whoever it happens to be on the screen. And we're going to put it on Red Hood. So again, the hood itself here is brown, and what he's got underneath it is red. In most of the comics where he's got a hood on, the hood is red as well, but he does usually have like a brown jacket, and this kind of looks like it could be the same color and material as his brown jacket. So we have some of the things going on. We've got that brown color, and we have a hood over his head like you can see sometimes. So that's as close as we're going to get, I think, to the look of Red Hood in this game. Now let's take a look at what we did with the customizable options to get to this look. Hood stays on him while we're in this screen. Again, it's like a tattered cape. It's not quite the same as having a brown leather jacket on, but again, it's as good as we can do in this game. I used the Bionic Forge suit pattern because that's the one that covered most of his head with the color red. And you can see the big black marks over his eyes that kind of look like Deadpool, but there's just nothing I can do about them. If you pick almost any of these other patterns, the rest of the outfit doesn't look right, and the mask isn't quite right either. In this one, he's got a big black mark on his forehead. The rest of it's okay, but what you don't see here behind the hood is that he has a big black mark on the back of his head, which doesn't look right. This one, the top half of his head is black, bottom half of his head is red. Doesn't quite work. This one, he's got a weird diamond shape on right on the front of his face, which looks stupid. Ultimately, none of them quite look right. Bionic Forge is as close as we can get. Of course, we use the full mask to cover his entire head with a red mask. Eye mask off because it doesn't really matter. Belt on. The primary material is cloth and black. And that kind of mimics the entirely black outfit that he typically has. And if you look at him, he's basically wears all black with the exception of a red hood over his head. So that's as close as we're going to get here. You can see a lot of his body is covered with the color black, which is about right. Secondary suit style, the material is spandex, and the brick red color is what we use, and that's actually pretty good in terms of how close it gets to the texture of his head. Even got like the kind of the sewn in lines on it that looks like the hood that he wears. Accessory color black, eye effects off, no eye color to speak of, skin tint color, hair tint color, both off. And for stickers, there's nothing that looks the part here. What he actually has is a great big red, like Batman looking logo on his chest. I don't know, something like Ohm's Revenge is at least a winged thing that's kind of shaped broadly in the right shape. But it's just really the wrong colors. That sort of light blue and orange just is not right at all. There are some other things here that are red. Plasma caster reticle is red, but it's also not quite the right shape. So there's really nothing good here for him. Those are a couple of options. I'm going to go with none and save and exit. But you see, as soon as we get him out into the rest of the locker, you can't see the hood on him anymore. That glitch goes away when you get him out here. So for gameplay purposes, you can either keep on the cape just so he's got something brown on that, you know, maybe replicates in some small way his leather jacket, or you could opt to take it off, just leave him without it. For the rest of his preset, I gave him Daredevil's billy clubs, just little, basically bars that he can fight people with. Obviously, he's most often seen with dual pistols, so you can get those in a game and use dual pistols as weapons, and he'll look the part in that way. But these are the closest thing I could get him in terms of a pickaxe, and the right color as well. Similarly, I gave him the Scarlet Strike glider, which is the right color scheme. Again, you could have also given him the Batwing or something really Batman related since he's part of the Batman universe. I gave him Ballistics Contrail. He uses guns and stuff, so we figured that would work out. Most of the emotes are just sort of tough guy emotes and fighting emotes and things like that. I did give him the Bat Signal because he is a Batman universe character, even though he has kind of a complicated relationship with Batman. He's not always Batman's friend, but hey, we're going to give this to him anyways. I gave him Sigil Red as the wrap, but there's a lot of different options that work here. A lot of things that are red and black and will work just fine for this. So feel free to pick any of those that you like. I kind of like the animation on this one, and we don't get a chance to use it for many other things, so I figured now is a good time. So that is our Jason Todd Red Hood character. I got to admit, if you're just kind of tuning in at this point and you're just looking at him in the lobby here, I don't know that you would immediately recognize him as Red Hood, and that's usually our cutoff point when we decide whether or not to make a video, is if we can't make the skin look close enough to the character that you could pop into the lobby and immediately recognize who it is, then we probably haven't done a very good job. And there might not be a way to make most characters so that they're that obvious. That might be the case with Red Hood, but we thought we'd give it a try since we had a couple of different requests for it. There was a hue and cry for Red Hood, and with the cable glitch that I showed you a little bit earlier, you can replicate at least a little bit more of him by giving him a hood and some brown leather on him, so it's not a total loss. Let's jump into a little bit of gameplay and have fun running around the map with him, and then we'll call it a day. I do rather like the bullets strapped around his wrists and feet for Contrail. I do kind of think that matches him, at least in character. And from this angle, he's not too bad because most of his body is black, and he does have just the red hood. So there's a lot to like about it, I guess. Scarlet Strike. He has a sidekick named Scarlet in the game. Scarlet Strike also works for name reasons. I will admit, I do think he looks better in game action than in the lobby. You can see almost all of his head is red and almost all of the rest of his body is black, and that does kind of hit the spot. Got one. Alright, that was a little bit of in-game action with the custom Red Hood skin made by request here in this episode of Triple Hound Gaming. That was like a 50-kill Team Rumble victory, and admittedly it was nothing special on my part, but that's worth noting, right? Like, it was an 87-37 Team Rumble victory, I think. So, like, might have been 88-37 or 88-38. It was like a 50-kill Team Rumble victory. Those are pretty hard to come by. So even though I didn't do a hell of a lot to make that happen, I think it's worth noting. I'll probably stick that in the headline of this thing too. Anyways, thanks for watching. Check us out on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Triple Hound. Use code Triple Hound in the Fortnite item shop and Epic Games Store. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.